I'd like to tell you about a client of mine who we'll call Jesse. And Jesse has stuck with me over the years because he really was involved in a pretty horrible accident. Most people, when they think about slip and fall accidents or premises liability accidents, they're everyday kind of things. But we handle lots of cases that are much different. Jesse's is one of those. When Jesse came in with his mom and dad really needed somebody to help them because Jesse had been at a friend's house. And it was him, he was 10 years old, and he was with a couple other 10-year-olds, and they were left unsupervised. And while the 10-year-olds played together, one of the little boys went into his dad's closet. And when he came out of his dad's closet, he had a gun. And he didn't intend to do it. He's only 10 years old. But that gun was loaded, and the little boy pulled the trigger, and Jesse was shot in the head. It didn't kill Jesse, but it changed his life forever. And it changed his parents' lives forever. Because when you suffer that kind of injury, everything changes. Your personality changes. Your ability to take care of yourself changes. Your ability to develop and grow up and be functional and do the things most of us take for granted changes. And Jesse's parents came in because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know who to blame, who could help them, who could help cover the medical bills, who could help cover all the future needs that Jesse would have. And it was a difficult case because it's not like a car accident where you have auto insurance. And we had to investigate the case. We had to explore all the insurance that was available. And we had to bring that claim, and we did get all the money that was available to Jesse. And then the work really began. Because getting the money for Jesse was actually pretty easy. It was then making sure that everything was done after the fact so that Jesse would be taken care of from that point forward. And we were able to structure everything so that Jesse's parents were allowed to use some of that money to build an additional room on the house. They had a little 2-bedroom house, and Jesse had, I think, 4 siblings. And so you had 6 people living in a 2-bedroom house and all these kids living in 1 bedroom. Well, Jesse could no longer not have a space of his own. He needed an actual room of his own in order to function and get through his days normally. And that's not easy. You actually have to go through a process with the court to get that permission and get that done. Jesse's parents needed to make transportation arrangements because mom could no longer take all the kids and get them on a bus and then take them where they were going because of Jesse's behavioral issues after that point. And so we spent a significant amount of time after the case actually taking care of these things for Jesse's family. And we did it because that's what needed to be done to actually help them. The case didn't end when the money was paid. And I take pride in that.